Let me say this. I don't watch a lot of iRacing. I tried to watch it when they first started doing it, and frankly, I couldn't get into it. I'd rather, when they run the classic, when they've been running the classic races on TV, watch them, or go here on YouTube and watch something. I actually watch probably more short track races on YouTube than I do NASCAR. But Kyle Larson, I don't know what's going to happen with him. He used the N word yesterday. He said he did not know that everybody could hear it during his. And there's quite a history of that. But I'm sure the pioneers of NASCAR, being from the Southeast, probably used it. I would almost bet Lee Petty, Buck Baker, probably Richard Petty used it, being from the South. I mean, it's unfortunate. I've got friends that used it. My dad used it, but I look for Larson to lose sponsors. I can now. This is not NASCAR related, but sports related. And back Fuzzy Zeller, the golfer, retired now, who's from the same area I'm in. In fact, went to the same high school. Several years earlier than I did, but he when Tiger Woods won the Masters, he made some kind of remark about fried chicken and all that. Lost all kinds of endorsements over it. But Fuzzy, a jokester. I don't think he meant anything by it, to be honest with you. But getting back to Kyle Larson using the N-word, there is a history. Now, get this. I was just reading this, and it was about Connor Daly running either trucks or the second tier series. I'm not sure which, and it doesn't matter. Derek Daly, his dad from Ireland, they found out, Lily Diabetes found out that Derek Daly used the M word, and I understand in Ireland it's not considered a taboo. It is in the United States. I don't know this for sure, okay? If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But Lily Diabetes found out that Derek Daly used the N word in something to do with Indy cars, I believe, apologized for it, and pulled their sponsorship of Connor Daly for a race they had upcoming. Now, really? Come on now. Connor Daly wasn't even born when his dad used that. It's not like he did anything, but, you know, I consider myself, Lily Diabetes being involved in racing, it's brought out that diabetics can now actually race. At one time, if you were diabetic, you better hide it, but I can't think of the guy's name that's been in and out of the second tier series. I'm not sure he's there anymore because he's driving for Roush, and Roush is not running Xfinity the last few years, but can't think of his name. Then there's the Indy driver that, again, I can't think of his name, but, you know, I feel so lucky. On my mom's side, I have a big-time family history of diabetes. My mom wasn't. In fact, she was slightly, ever so slightly the way. Her doctor did not worry, said, I like that with your history. And when they tested me, and I hadn't been tested for years till about 2 years ago, I tested almost low. I mean, I was so sure I was going to be diabetic when they did the test. They gave me the number, and I thought, that's probably 30 points high. They said, no, that's almost low. So, but what's going to happen with Kyle Larson? Is Chip Ganassi going to fire him? I would hope not. He made a mistake. He's young. You utter something. That's kind of like Dale Earnhardt Jr. uttering a profanity in Victory Lane, excited at Talladega and getting points and fine. But it just, but I'm afraid sponsors are going to pull out. They're not going to want that image. McDonald's is on his car some. They may pull out. It's hard to say what's going to happen. So far, I haven't seen any backlash yet. Not saying it's not going to happen. NASCAR will probably have something to say about it since they seem to control everything. But it's so hard to say. I mean, I hope he doesn't lose his ride. As if he loses, there's the Ganassi ride. There's not really that. that many good rides that's going to be available, because you got to figure if he loses a Ganassi ride, they're not going to want him for the 48 car, and there's even a chance Jimmy Johnson, with all this races being put on hold, said that it's possible he could return for another year. So nobody knows what's going to happen. Frankly, nobody knows who's going to race again the rest of the year, be honest about it. I mean, if they have to go much past May, they might as well cancel the season. I don't like to see it, but I believe that could happen. But it's hard to say. But Kyle Larson made a mistake. He didn't know that was on a feed that people could get. He thought he was saying something in his house. You know, you say stuff in your house or to your friends, it's not for publication, but if you're in the public life, I've done it. I've said stuff I regret, but except for this, I'm not in the public life. I don't hold political office. I have no desire to run for it. Although it was suggested I run for mayor of this town. I don't care for the mayor, and I was kidding the next city councilman. I said, Larry Dole for mayor. Well, that's not his real name, obviously, but I don't use real name stuff like that. He's too old anyway, but I was just joking with him. I said, we need to get rid of that jerk we got, but I don't like to do that. I'm getting political, so I'm going to end it here. But I just want to say, I hope Kyle Larson keeps his ride. NASCAR may make him go through some sensitivity training. That's what I think should happen.